Okay, Johnny, this one's for you. That's the 2 centimeter long micro Slayer exciter coil, and it's got a little ferrite core inside of it, and this wire is about the thickness of a human hair. You probably can't even see that with the camera here. Very hard to wind, but I got the job done today, and works. It worked on 1.5 volts, but it works better on 3 volts. And this is the same circuit we've been using here, and this is just the small coil now, and then the 2 turns here. But I added this. This is that variable capacitor that Slayer's been showing. I've been using it too, but I connected it kind of strange. I went from the negative rail to the output of the high voltage coil, that little coil right there. And that's the little variable capacitor right there, 0 to about 500 picofarad. Then I hooked this thing up to a Stifler tower right here. This is the one we used in the Dr. Stifler experiments. It's 27 LEDs in series. Remember, this is running off of about 3 volts, about 3 or 4 volts, because those are high capacity batteries. And I've got a little virtual ground wire here. And then I'm using a static tower over here, no coils on it, with a couple of LEDs and an Evan Minko plug. Another dozen LEDs in series hooked up on a big Slayer exciter tower with nothing around it. It's just standing there in free air. Let me plug this in and show you what happens here. Okay, there's that 27 on all the way. There's that dozen on. Remember, this isn't attached to anything. This is just freestanding. And there's 2 more freestanding. But this is the fascinating thing. It's all controlled by that little variable capacitor right there. I'm not using the variable inductor this time. I'm using a variable capacitor. And watch this come in and out of resonance as I turn this little knob here. You'll see this come in and out of resonance. Blink, blink, blink. See if I can get it to go back. Real touchy. Okay, there she is again. And that's with everything in resonance here. And I have an excited feel. Here's my little tester all over this thing. And it's all over this tower, and it's just all over everywhere. And this is using this little tiny, it's 2 centimeters long, and that's probably 45 or 50 gauge hair fine wire with 2 wraps of about I guess about 16 or 14 gauge hookup wire. And then this LED is the indicator. There's a switching diode, 1N4148 or 1N914, either way you want to go, and a couple of 10K resistors for the base resistor. That's right there. And I'm not using 1.5 volts here. I'm using 3 or 4 volts to show this effect. But anyway, that's pretty darn